What's going on, everybody? Welcome back once again to the Let's Talk About It podcast, where we turn conversation into application. I am your host, Leon Reed Jones, and today I got my brother in the building, Mr. Anthony Johnson, man, a great guy, dynamic speaker, and an even greater brother, man, doing some great things. And we're going to get into some of those things today, man. Glad you could stop by, bro. How you doing?
Man, I'm all good, Leon, man. Thank you for having me on the show, bro.
Yes, sir, man. And those who've been following the podcast, this is Ant's second time on the podcast. So, being as I formed a relationship with Audio Wave Network, I had to bring my brother in, man. So, again, blessed to have you in here, bro.
Yes, sir.
So, my first question that I always ask my guests before we get into the topics is, who is Ant? Who is Anthony Johnson? Like, what's something that you would want somebody to know? How would you describe yourself?
That's a great question, bro. I would want somebody to know me as a giver, bro. You know, somebody that gives, whether that's financially, whether that's spiritually, whether I'm pouring into somebody with some motivation or some encouragement. You know, when they roll out my documentary, when it's all said and done, I want people to look back and say, you know what, Ant gave everything he had every single time, 100%. So that's how I like to look at myself, and I hope other view me the same way.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely do, bro. Just getting to know you through the 1% Better Speakers Conference by Keon. Shout out to Keon, man.
Yeah, shout out to Key.
Speaker, great brother. But like just seeing you, whether it's on social media, interacting with you, like how you always doing something to give, like whether it's talking to the kids at school, you got your EDYDL program, you know what I'm saying? All these different avenues that it's like, you know, I'm gonna put in the work, but it's to benefit those around me, bro. So
Right.
I love that about you, man.
Thank you.
You know, I'm glad to see what God is doing in your life, man. So we're gonna kick this thing off, man. We're gonna talk about some of the things that you got going, man. So I hear you always talking about purpose, man. So how or what do you feel like is your purpose? Or do you feel like you still not necessarily chasing, but like you still figuring out what that is?
Yeah, I feel like I'm definitely still being exposed to what it is. You know, it was a time in my life, Leon, where I really did not know.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I had went through some traumatic things, some heartbreaking things, and I feel like I was giving so much of myself to these said things that when they were no longer in my life, I literally had to ask God, tears rolling down my face, what is my purpose? Yeah. Because I don't feel like I know why I'm on this earth anymore. And, you know, through a lot of deep reflecting and thinking, the 1% Better Speaker Conference kind of led me to what I believe my purpose is, which is to lead other people to theirs, you know, through my transparency of speaking upon how I got there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, man. And just expounding on that, what is your story? Like, how do we get here? Where Ann is currently? What is that story like for you? What is the upbringing? What is the start to the path? To say this is Ant's path, but this is where it first takes place.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, I grew up in Oak Park, Michigan. Split household. So my dad was on the east side of Detroit, mom in Oak Park. So I spent time at both places. Yeah. And, you know, ironically enough, I've always been kind of speaking and things of that nature. Ever since I was young, 5 years old, I've always been speaking. So that kind of became second nature. But it wasn't until I traveled and transitioned and journeyed to more of my adult life when I realized what I should be doing. And honestly, I was going through a very, very tough breakup. And I was at the funeral of my ex's grandmother, somebody I was close to at the time. Yeah. And we had went to an event, and at this event is where I met Keon. Yeah. And I met Keon, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna be working with you one day. I don't know what capacity, but I'm gonna be working with you. And then that's when he rolled out the 1% Better Speaker Conference and things like that. So then that's when I said, you know what, I want to speak. I want to try speaking professionally. I wanted to try speaking to make money from it. And I just want to kind of vent. Yeah. You know, I want to release this pain I'm holding on to in some way. Yeah. And, you know, having that platform to do it, it changed my life, you know, and honestly, ever since that day, I've been speaking consistently probably since then. That was 2 years ago. Yeah. So, you know, you never know what your purpose is going to lead you to or who you're going to be led to find your purpose. So it's a whole journey, bro.
Yeah, man, I agree. And like hearing that, bro, and seeing, even how we talk off air, I know you said like you went through a traumatic breakup and then like different things. Like I think I saw you post a picture one day, like I think you had left the funeral, you had your glasses on, and you kind of captioned it like, man, this day, like I was all out of shape. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do, but it wasn't until then, like you had that, as my math teacher would call it, your aha moment. So for you, when did you know, at what moment in your life, what situation happened to where you knew like my purpose became my purpose, if that makes sense?
Yeah, it makes total sense. So it was actually in preparation for this conference that we keep speaking on. And I was living at my grandmother's house at the time, and she had just passed, and that was like my best friend, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I was living in the house where she passed away at. So it was even more hard, all the memories surface and memories of that day when she left surface. So I'm going through all of this, and I'm sitting in her recliner that she always used to sit in. And my brother would tell you, I sat there probably for 2 weeks at this time, didn't move. I was just so stuck and struck from what life was doing to me at the time. And then I went to go get up and use the bathroom, bro, and I literally could not walk. And it was the same day we had one of our rehearsals. And I told myself, I'm either going to sit here in this chair, depressed, and not do what I know I'm supposed to be doing, or I'm going to fight through this and I'm going to literally walk, get there, and practice and rehearse and be ready for the conference. So it was literally me having to actually walk and move and get up and do things, which led me to walking in my purpose. Because if I didn't literally get up and walk that day, me and you may not even have this connection we have. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, that it was that moment when I was like, man, you making a whole speech to say walk in your purpose, but yeah, you sitting here, you sitting. You know what I'm saying? The ironic in words, you're sitting when you supposed to be walking. So that's how that kicked off, bro.
Man, it's deep, bro.
Yeah.
That's a fact, man. Just thinking on that time all of us had preparing for the speakers conference, and you see like how Keon was telling us, like weeks after weeks, like, man, it's one thing if you get up there and you just talking and you saying a whole bunch of quotes that people like, but when you pour, and I never forget this, bro. Like I remember when we were rehearsing at another room, because I know we would rehearse in the room where they had like the big laptop or whatever, but we went over to where they work out sometimes. It was in the same building. And then when I had went up and I talked about like how my mom was my Mickey. Like from Rocky or whatever, and like she was gone. Like my corner man and the lady, she just started breaking down, crying, because she came up to us like, I lost my mom. I think she said like a year or two ago at that time. And it was just like, bro, you don't realize like the stuff that you're going through, not just for you, bro. So when you lost your grandma, when you went through the breakup, it's not just for you, bro. When you get to a place you really lock in and you understand what God got for you, you like, man, I know I ain't just go through this for me. Like somebody need this. So when I seen a lady crying, and I went back and connected it to what Keon was saying about like, bro, our stories are like, can be roadmaps for people, bro.
That's
like,
true.
You never know, bro. Like, and so just hearing that, man, it's crazy, because I know how I was when I lost my mom, bro. Same situation. Like my mom was my everything, bro. My best, like literally best friend, bro. Like, and I'm just as close with my dad as I was with my mom. But like, bro, when you think about like this lady, my mom battled with cancer for 2 years. She had it when I was in 10th grade. And just like seeing how that molds you. Like when I went down to college, I'm like, bro, I don't got time to be, I'm coming all the way from Detroit. I'm 8-10 hours. I'm seeing dudes play around because they family got the money so they can afford to do that. Or like they just playing around whether they family got it or not. Like, no, I'm going to sleep on time. I'm doing this. I'm getting up in the morning. It was times where I heard a whole bunch of no's before I heard yeses, bro. But when you walk in that, like, and what's destined for you, bro, to change your life, man.
That's a fact.
Just staying on that. What do you feel like are some like misconceptions when it comes to purpose? Like when people walking in their purpose, or like from experience talking to kids or being around all types of individuals, what do you feel like are some misconceptions when it comes to walking in your purpose?
I feel like a big misconception is that everything is going to go your way. You know, that okay, I finally decide to walk in my purpose. I finally decide to embark this journey, and everything is going to be sunshines, and the red carpet is going to be rolled out for me because I finally decide to do it. And then people realize that a lot of the times what you believe is your purpose really is not your purpose. It's God's purpose. Yeah. And then you got that period where you wrestling with that. I feel like I'm still wrestling with that right now. Yeah. Separating the line between what I want to be doing and what God is calling you to be doing, which is the true reason why you were designed and why you were created in the first place. I don't really like to get too religious or spiritual, especially in platforms like this, because you never know people's backgrounds and things of that nature. But I am a firm believer of God, as you know, and it's the biggest misconception I feel is that because I feel like I want to do something and now I'm doing it, that everything's just gonna go right. Yeah. I'm gonna get all the support. Yeah. I'm gonna get all of the resources that I need. Man. And you come to find that you get even more tested when you start taking that walk to see if this is something you actually want to do in the first place. How much are you willing to sacrifice? How far are you willing to go before this purpose monetized, before you get all the followers and likes, before everything be everything you thought it was going to be? How much are you willing to actually find this purpose? So man, that's what I'm thinking, bro.
That's a big one, bro, because I was telling one of my friends a few weeks ago, because again, the podcast era now, everybody got podcasts. I looked up, saw Trey Young with a podcast. You see everybody. So you can get lost in that. Like, I remember one time I was having a conversation with my girl. She like, why you ain't gonna lie today? Like, why you ain't gonna lie tonight? I was like, I just ain't want to do it. I feel like, I don't know. She like, but you worked hard for this. Like, you put out a whole vision and plan for this. You calling guests, you texting guests, you got topics. You spent all week. Like, you gonna just stop? Like, you feel me? Like, this what you wanna do. Like, this what you put in the time, effort for. Like, you done made passwords. You done met with different people. Like, you gonna stop because you ain't. Then I had to realize, like, you got to sit with yourself and really say, like, going back to what you said about the money or when that don't come in or when you don't receive the applause or when you only got 5 people showing up at the event.
Right.
Like, that's who you know really committed to their purpose. I was just telling my boy at church the other day, like, bro, people committed. What I'm starting to realize is, like, people, it ain't that they not necessarily committed. They just not on what you own.
That's a fact.
You feel what I'm saying? And you got to separate the difference. Like, when it's time to go have fun, you could call 10, 20 people.
Right.
But when it's like, oh, man, we doing this speaking engagement, y'all pull up. It's only a select few because the select few value the speaking. Right. Versus the fun.
That's true.
You got to maintain those relationships and be on one accord with your path and your purpose, you got to realize, like, bro, everything not going to be sunshine and rainbows, bro. Sometimes you ain't going to get the money. Sometimes you ain't going to get the call up to speak.
Right.
But are you going to stop working on your craft? Or you going to stop recording? Like, bro, it done been times I done been dead tired or on live where it's only been like 10 people that tune in. Other times it's been 100 people. But regardless, I'm not worried about no likes. I'm not worried about, of course, you want to get people to subscribe and hear what you're saying.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if I touch one soul, that's all I care about.
That's it right there.
I accomplished my goal. Like, I put out these episodes, I talk the way I talk, not to make people live as I do.
Right.
But as my tagline say, we turn the conversation into application. So even if it's only you got one thing from what I said, my hope is that you apply that to your life so you can become a better man or a better woman. I don't care about no views. There's been times where I done got 80 likes, then there's been times where I only got 10 likes, but I'm consistent. Everybody who know me always hit me like, bro, keep going. You still you posting every day, blah, 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 because it's valuable to me. I'm not worried about the superficial stuff or you want to eventually, I got a vision for my podcast and everything, but with time and if I'm consistent and I work hard, I know where it can go. And then just stand on that fact of what you said, like what you wrestling with. It goes back to what I told somebody the other day, like, God knows what comes with everything, bro. So, and my boy, he really blew my mind when he says, bro, it's like a week before I was about to graduate college, bro. He like, bro, you know, you could be doing something that's really good out here, and that's not what God wants for you. And he said it. I'm like, bro, what?
That's a fact.
You could be doing everything right, You could be impacting people, but God, like, I don't even want you in this capacity because I got something far greater for you. Like, yeah, what you doing is cool.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, that ain't what I want you to do.
That's a fact.
And it's tough, bro. It's a pull and tug. You playing tug of war because you're like, bro, what I'm doing right now is monumental.
Mm-hmm.
But then when God, sometimes we look at what God shows us, like, you want me to do that? You want me to get this up for this?
Right.
Because you looking at like, God, hold on. You want me to just leave all the business that I got on the table and do this one thing?
Mm-hmm.
So, man, I feel you on that because it's a lot of times where I feel like, man, I'm speaking, I'm doing this, I'm doing the podcast, but what if it's times where I done felt like, man, God pulling me in another direction. But he know what come with that signing on the dotted line. He know what come with that. Oh, I'm gonna go over here and just chill with her. I don't like her, but we the guys, we chilling. We gonna go to the club, we gonna do this. He know, like, bro, even though you coming down here to have fun, I know what come with that.
That's true.
I know what come with you possibly not making it to the crib. I know what come with you got this chick in your house, you really ain't feeling her, but everybody turned up and you just want to go back to her crib or do this. And now she thinking you invested into her and you really ain't. Right. God know what come with the yeses, the nos, the paths that we take, bro. So I feel you on that, man.
Yeah, because I've been wrestling, like, even when, you part of my team purpose where I send out these daily messages every day. I'm proud to say that platform has probably grown to about 500 plus people. Yeah. I know I personally hand text 200 people every day, and then I get responses back. Hey, I'm sharing this on my Facebook. I'm sharing this here. I'm sharing this there. Oh, this was so powerful. Yeah. I say that to say, at a time in my life, I had stopped, bro. I was so consistent every day. This is since 2022. Every day, sending out this message, which I learned had became a way of self-venting, right? Yeah. I'm sending out these messages, then I stopped because things was going the way I wanted them to. You know what I mean? Yeah. And this is another thing with purpose. Things is going the way I wanted them to. And then I got too laxed on what was leading me to these things. Exactly. Completely stopped. Life took a big upside down turn on me. Yep. Lost a $90K job. Businesses started failing. Mm-hmm. Friendships started disappearing. Yeah. And I'm wondering, God, why is all this happening? It's because you stopped doing what was pleasing me. Yeah. You wanted to start doing what you wanted to do. I told you that this will happen. Yeah. I told you to get ready for it. It happens. Yeah. You neglect what I still tell you to do. Right. So now I gotta wake you up. Facts. Now I gotta re-engineer your purpose for you again because you wasn't trusting what I told you the first time. Mm-hmm. So I go through that period of being down. I stopped. And then one day I came across somebody who didn't really respond to me much. Mm-hmm. Hey man, what happened to the messages you were sending? Yeah. That I needed those. Those helped me get through my day. Why you stop? And I didn't have a valid answer. Yep. Other than something that was going to pacify how I was feeling. So what I do? I start back sending them. Yeah. The very next day, got a new job. Very next day, got more speaking engagements. Man. Very next day, here, whole youth program. So, it's like when you finally buy into that purpose and trust it, not knowing what it may do, man, that's when you get the results. When you fighting it, you're going to be fighting. Yeah, bro, that's a fact. And, man, the stuff you saying just got me going back in my head about things I've been talking about the last few weeks. Mm-hmm. Like when you talked about stopping or how things are going, like you in the flow, like, you know how, that's why I always tell kids, like, bro, you know your response to a win. You happy, you good. Like I don't even need to, I'm good. Like where I'm at, I'm good. Yeah. But that's why I go back to God know what come with everything. He knows that ministry, because in my eyes, that's a ministry what you doing. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So when you sending out them texts, and shoot, I done hit you like, bro, I needed this, or like, facts, bro, or we done chopped it up about it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you just never know, because you just never know. You on your journey, you just, this what I gotta do. You ain't worried about the comments. You ain't worried about that. Mm-hmm. Like same type of energy. Like, bro, I'm just putting out the clips. I'm putting out reels. I'm not worried about who gon'
like it, cause I know somebody gonna hit me. Like I know if I'm doing it the right way,
Right.
I know it's gonna pay off. And I don't move in a way of like, we all want results, bro. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But Inky Johnson said something like, you can't just be working for outcome. Like you can't just be doing stuff like because, oh man, I want the money.
Yeah.
Cause what if the money don't come? What if it stop?
Right.
You feel me? Like what if you just gotta speak for free for 5 years?
Yeah.
You feel me?
That's
Until that
true.
6th year, you gotta.
That's how I feel about these messages, bro.
Yeah.
You know, not to cut you off, but you know, I'm a business savvy person. I'm an entrepreneur through and through. You know what I'm saying? So when God gave me this assignment, he told me, don't even speak to me about money until you personally reach 500 people. Let me see if this is something but that goes back to what I was saying. Let me see if this is something you really want to do.
Yeah.
Because I'm not giving you no money for this right now.
Yeah.
This is some things that I need you to learn. There's some experiences that you got to go through that is way more valuable than any amount of money that I can give to you.
Yep.
So are you willing to go down this road? You said you wanted to be a speaker. You said you wanted to heal and lead people to their purpose, to their freedom, to their peace, to all these wonderful things. Can you do it without getting money from it?
Yeah. And
a lot of people, when they get asked that question, can you do 1,000 hairstyles without getting paid? Can you go be a model at 15 free events before I pay you? Can you give people 15 free travel consultations before I pay you? Whatever your line of work is, are you willing to put that work in first?
Yeah.
Before the fruits of your labor come. A lot of people can't answer that, bro.
Yeah, man. And it just go back to, and I'm gonna keep saying this, God know what come with everything, bro. He know, like, you really ain't. You might think this why you doing, like, no, bro, it's something bigger picture. I'm always thinking bigger picture, bro. Yes. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Like my dad will always tell me, he like, man, you can't see the bigger picture because you too close to the frame. Like, and I think a lot of times our journey exposes our commitment, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
yes, I agree.
And I'm starting to see even myself, like, bro, y'all not committed, bro. And it ain't me. I'm the type of person, once I see what type of time you're on, I don't even trip. It's just like, I know who I got to be around.
Right.
I know what I'm going to do. You may not be doing what you're supposed to do. I don't operate off as far as the next man or the next woman go, then that's how far I'm going to go.
Right.
Like, okay, in the mid times when I came to the studio, somebody hit me 20 minutes before I done walked in, I can't make it. Bro, I already got, and then the day of, I do the episode talking about what it was like losing my mom. But that episode probably turned out better than what was planned because it was organic. It was ordained that way, bro. And it's like, a lot of times, bro, I feel like when you on your journey, you really see who's who, man. Like,
oh, man,
and God exposed that. And he don't do it to embarrass you.
Yeah.
He just let you know, like, hey, man, you really not committed.
Right.
But that's why you on this journey, because what I'm about to have you go through gonna get you ready for commitment.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, I just been on that wave of like just understanding more and more. Like, God know what come with everything. So when the door is blocked, when the opportunity is given, like, he know what come with the good and the bad, bro. So he know what come with the text messages that you sending out. He know that somebody's life gonna be blessed. But if you stop, he know what come with that.
That's true.
You feel me? Like, he know what come with, I'm done. I ain't gonna do the text messages no more. Then you may look up somebody like, dang, bro, that was really motivation for me to wake up. Now they back to they same old. You feel me?
And I've run into that, bro. And then that's how I knew that it was bigger than me. You know, I was in prayer one time deep, and God said, son, it's bigger than you. Man, I hope you're ready, because you're gonna have to come out of this thought of these millions you want right now.
Yeah.
Because right now, that ain't how you going to be most impactful. If I give you this now, you're not going to do what I need you to do right now.
Yeah.
You're going to go off to Peru. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to take a flight somewhere.
You going to go to that private island you want to live on.
Yeah.
You too powerful. I need you over here. So I'm going to take you through all of this. I'm going to show you all of this before I get you there, because you're going there. But there's more you got to do here now. And I think the more people tap into that and realize that, and accept that, then they'll be able to really buy into their purpose, because it won't be, oh, no, I want to do this, but I'm being called to do that. Yeah, answer the call. It's going to change your life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's a fact, bro.
Yeah.
It's a fact. So I've been seeing your motto, which I love, bro. I love this. Like, why is your motto this year been let's grow?
Mm-hmm.
Why is that your motto?
You know, I came up with the term from just wanting to get past a certain space in a current mode that I was in.
Yeah.
And I started messing with real estate, because I got in a bad car accident, bro. And I was, I'm still a personal trainer, but I couldn't train as much as I wanted to. So I had to find a way to make money. It didn't require me to use my body.
Yeah.
So that's how I got into real estate. And then my real estate company became Grow Capital Group. So initially it started with something to promote and advertise that. Let's grow, let's grow, let's grow. But then as I started changing my personal life, stop eating chicken, stop eating red meat.
Yeah.
Going to sleep earlier, just doing things that I saw myself growing in. It became a tagline for living. Let's grow. Yeah. Let's change the way we live. Let's grow. Let's grow. Let's grow. And then even more so, Leon, as I got more into thinking about it, it became an acronym for greatness, resources, opportunities, obstacles, and wins. Because once you realize how great you are, and that there's greatness within you, now you're going to start looking for those resources that's going to help you identify and bring out that greatness. Those resources is going to lead you to some opportunities where you can be great, but you're going to run into some obstacles with those opportunities. But after you get through all those obstacles, you win.
Yes, sir.
So you got to grow, baby. You know what I'm saying? Every day you got to grow, bro. So that's how it kind of came about. And I used 2 O's instead of just being GROW, is GROOW, because I wanted somebody to say, oh, that's let's grow. When they see that, that's a little bit more different than the normal term you used to seeing. There's some uniqueness to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how that started, bro. And it's been great, man. I got a lot of great things coming down the way with that brand. I'm working with some designers now and some brand building people now to really bring that to life. But yeah, when I roll that all the way out, it's gonna be really, really beneficial to a lot of people. So I can't wait for that.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it for sure, man. And I would ask, going through your journey, going through your purpose, what is some advice that you would give somebody as they're walking on their purpose?
Oh, that's a great question. I would tell somebody as they're walking in their purpose to remember why you started walking. It's you could easily lose sight. You could easily give up. It's sometimes it's easier to give up than it is to keep going. So I would tell somebody, remember why you started walking. Whatever space you were in that led you to start walking, don't leave that person that you were left to be like why you stopped. You know what I mean? Because it's so many factors, and there's so many different external factors that try to come up against us. So many attacks and plots and snares, twists and turns that you may not feel like walking one day. Yeah. Like you said, bro, it's been times that you was exhausted. You didn't want to have to come here and still perform and do the tasks that you had to do, but you still came. Yeah. Because you stopped looking at the frame and started looking at the bigger picture. And that's what a lot of people need to start doing, is realizing that you can't give up. Yep. Because guess what? That path you on, it's going to have some stumbling blocks on it. It's going to have some times in your life where you feel all the way alone. Yeah. Even when you actually finally got the people that's helping you push, you still going to feel alone at times.
That's a fact.
It's going to be times where you walk outside and you might just stand and stare and just be in complete shock of what you're doing. But you got to remember to always keep going and keep walking, because you don't know what you about to pick up along the way. You don't know what you about to drop off along the way. But I guarantee you, as long as you keep going, you're going to find some things. Yeah. You're going to find some things that, hey, it may even lead you to a different purpose.
It's a fact.
But if you staying stagnant, if you're not doing anything to move, if you're not doing anything to push your life forward, you never gonna go forward. you never gonna actually know and see what that purpose is. You know what I'm saying? So I'll always tell people that remember why you started in the first place. When I was, fully personal training all the time, I would tell people, remember why you came to me for training.
Yeah.
Remember why you went and looked at the mirror and was like, oh, I don't like the way my body look, or I don't like the energy I feel. And you did something about it.
Right.
Keep doing something about it.
Yeah,
so that's what I would tell somebody, bro.
Yeah, man. And I'm big on giving my people they flowers while they can smell them, man. So I just want to give you this opportunity just to talk about some upcoming things, some business ventures, or some things that you got going on that people can tap into right now. I want to be able to give you that opportunity.
Oh, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Well, the first thing I want to mention is that I do have a new book coming out soon.
Yes, sir.
I'm working on that right now. I'm actually taking these messages that I send to good people like Leon and hundreds of others, and I'm formatting in the way to where it can be a daily spiritual guide for people to read and digest. So I'm working on that. That's going to be coming out real soon. Another thing that I'm extremely proud about is the Empowerment Youth Development League. Leon touched on it briefly earlier in our conversation. It's the acronym is EYDL. We have a great basketball season coming up for ages 8 through 16. That's going to be hosted at Ferndale High School. And within this program, you're not only getting the sports, but you're also getting education and mentorship as well. We're doing PSAT testing. We'll have tutors on site an hour before we actually go into basketball play, so a child will be able to develop academically. I'm a mentor myself. I'm gonna have other great guys come around, like Leon if he's available, and others to come pour into these kids. And then they'll have 6 weeks of basketball. There also will be a championship round. We're doing a University of Michigan college tour. So it's just a lot of great things coming with that program. I'm extremely excited. I just got 50 kids sponsored last week.
Yes, sir.
Registration is open, so more kids are coming in. So I'm just extremely excited for that. So that's one of the great projects I got going. I also have a full service moving company. So if you know anybody that need anything moved, you can go to Move Me LTL. That's MOVEME LTL on Instagram. Send us a DM. We'll give you a quote. We've been professionally moving for 8 years now. So it's a blessing to still be helping families transition into their new homes. So I'm always accepting moves. What else I got going on? My body is getting back right. So I will be taking personal training clients very soon. I had a great business going with that for a while. Got in a bad car accident, had some damage to my back, my shoulder, and my neck. So I had to stop training for a while. But I will be training again soon. And I always got some new ideas coming. Like, I'm a very creative and innovative person. So just follow me on Instagram at Coach Ant Johnson. And, you'll be able to see everything else that I got going on outside of everything that I just said.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So,
yes, sir, man.
Excited,
Love it, bro.
Yeah.
And so now we're about to play a game called Let Me Get to Know You, bro.
Okay, let's do it.
So here we go. So I'm going to have you scramble through these and pick one. So it's a category. Whichever category, you got to read it. And then when you open up the card, it's going to give you some options that you have to choose from.
All right, let's see. This first one I just pulled says top 5. Name your top 5 cereals.
Okay.
Top 5 cereals. Okay. Let me see. Classic Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I will have to go. We'll definitely have to throw Frosty Flakes in there.
Mm-hmm.
What I got 3 more. I will go Captain Crunch.
Okay.
Crunch Berry.
Yes, sir.
Let me get real specific right here.
Yeah.
I will have to go Fruit Loops, and the last one is always a toss up for me. So I'll just throw Apple Jacks in there. I'll just throw Apple Jacks in there, bro. What's your top 5?
I would say, Fruit Loops. I would say these are new, but Frosted Rice Krispies.
Okay.
Life cereal.
Okay.
Reese's Puffs. And I'll go
that 5th one.
I rock with Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms. Okay. Okay.
Lucky Charms.
How many rounds we going with the game?
I choose it next week. We're gonna switch it up.
All right, bet.
Yeah. Let's see. Top five. Name your top 5 Disney movies.
Ooh, top 5 Disney movies. Is Shrek considered Disney?
You can, yeah, because it's on Disney Plus, so I guess we could say so.
I gotta throw Shrek in there. I mean, that's just personal favorite. Shrek. It's Cars Disney.
Yep.
Cars, Lightning McQueen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going Cars, Shrek. Let me see, Disney. Let me see. What I need? 3 more.
Mm-hmm.
Lion King. 2 more. Let's go. Was Secret Life of Pi a Disney movie? Was that considered Disney?
I'm not sure.
I don't think that was Disney. Let's go Finding Nemo.
Okay,
Finding Nemo. And what about Toy Story? Was that Disney?
Yep.
Okay, Toy Story. All the Toy Stories. You throw them in there.
All right. I would go Lion King, Toy Story.
Mm-hmm. Gotta think.
Man,
last time you watched Disney, right?
Lion King, Toy Story. I would say Aristocats.
Okay. 2 more.
Emperor's New Groove.
Okay. I remember that.
And y'all might not even know this one. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm going some other places. The Black Cauldron. Y'all may not know that one, but the real ones,
sleeper.
Real ones know. I'm gonna let you choose the other one.
All right, let's see what we got, man. We'll go right here. Let's see. We've been doing a lot of top 5s. Let's see what this one say. Funnier, Adam Sandler or Will Ferrell? Ooh, I feel like they in 2 different comedic styles per se, but I might go Will with this one. But we got like funnier how, like funnier where. You know what I'm saying?
I don't really see. They have done stand up, but not as much as like other stand ups. I would say movie wise, like movie wise would make more sense.
Yeah, if we go on movies, I would say Will Ferrell because it seemed like his movies is kind of straight to be funny.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler, he'll have like some life lessons somewhere in there, or it might be you might cry in like a certain scene in one of his movies or something like Click or something like that when he was getting older. You know what I'm saying? That necessarily wasn't funny no more. So I go like Will Ferrell in that one.
I had to go Adam Sandler for sure. I had to go, but it's not. I don't think it's like a gap between them, a big gap.
Yeah.
But Adam Sandler, man, he's funny to me. Will Ferrell is too, man. Just like this how like no, I actually take that back.
See what I'm saying?
Because I'm thinking about Step Brothers right now with Will Ferrell in there. Just that movie alone had me crying.
So
I say Will Ferrell.
That drum set scene, you know what I'm saying?
Man, no. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, I gotta go Will, man. I had to go Will.
Let's see. This says growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna choose another one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to another one. Growing up, you got to choose between the 3.
Okay.
Were you more a GameCube person, PS2, or Xbox?
Ooh, I would say PS2 and Xbox because, like I said, I lived with my mom sometime, and I was living with my dad sometimes. So at my mom's house, I had the Xbox. My dad's house, I had the PS2. So I kind of had the best of both worlds. Actually, I had all 3 at one point. Yeah, I was kind of you know what I'm saying, heavy gamer. So it was GameCube always get cut on if I just got completely bored with the other 2. But yeah, and then I was still even more probably an Xbox kind of guy at that time. Just, you know, what about you?
I would say I'm stuck in between PS2 and GameCube because GameCube, they had some bangers on there. I remember the first game I ever played was on the GameCube, and that was Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1.
Mm.
And on the PS2, we used to always play Dragon Ball Z. To me, it just looked better. It was better. So I would say between GameCube and
rest in
PS2.
peace to the guy that created Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that.
Rest
Just seen he just
bro.
passed. So yeah,
he created some fire content though. I can't lie.
We
gonna do one more.
Forever. All right, bet. Let's do one more.
One more.
Get us a good one here, dog. See what we got. Who are you? Let's play Uno or let's play Monopoly. Uno.
Yeah, for sure.
Break out the Uno. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. Definitely going Uno for sure, man. I haven't been winning Uno as much lately at the family functions or when me and my girl and her family play.
Yeah.
But I got to get back right. I got to get back in that mode.
Yeah, my sister, man, she love Uno. She got like every deck of Uno cards. Always got all the rules and everything like that. So yeah, Uno for sure.
Yeah, man. But again, want to say thank you for pulling up to the podcast, bro. Always appreciate you and definitely love what you're doing, man. And I pray that God continues to bless you. But before we get out of here, I never want to leave without leaving with a quote.
Mm-hmm.
Denzel Washington once said that without commitment, you'll never start, but without consistency, you'll never finish. Thank you all for pulling up to the Let's Talk About It podcast. We'll see y'all same time, same place.
See y'all soon.
Sir.
Yes, sirski. Man, that was dope, bro.
Yes, sir, man. I did 2 today because I'm like, I probably can't do 2 next week. I got my last episode next Sunday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, bro. So